Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well and everyone's safe and healthy. And welcome to week 6. We only have another 2.5 weeks of this semester. It's going so fast and there's still so much to do, but we'll do it. You'll get there. Okay? So here we are, week 6. There's not a whole lot to be turned in this week, but there should be a whole lot going on behind the scenes as far as researching and finding your sources that will support the argument that you are going to be making. Go back to week 5 quite often over the next few weeks just to read the assignment, read the overviews of each section of this assignment, and let me know if you have any questions. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I did wrong with this little survey quiz thing, but some people are having problems with it. Please send me a Canvas message, okay? And let me know your questions, because this is kind of, it's hard to introduce these types of assignments online, but I have faith in you. You all are doing such incredible work so far. So, but let me know if you have any questions here or through Canvas, like I said. So the first thing that we are going to be doing is looking at this example of a TED Talk. Well, it is a TED Talk. It's one of my favorite TED Talks. It's by Malcolm Gladwell, and it's kind of a backstory to one of his books, and it's about David and Goliath. And the cool thing about TED Talks is they often follow the same structure as an academic essay, okay? As far as introduction, thesis, subclaims or points that support that thesis. So what I want you to do here is first watch this TED Talk. It's not too long and it's really good. And so watch it, first of all, just to enjoy it. Then watch it a second time with, paper and a pen, and jot down the structure of this TED Talk so you can see how it fits together, how this author, Gladwell, makes his main point and then brings in a subclaim, brings in evidence, makes a subclaim, brings in evidence. What I've done right here is I've given you the basic structure of his outline, and what I want you to do is replace my little placeholder here or add to them. You can leave the subclaim and the evidence. Add to them several sentences each that describe the specific way he does this move. What is his specific thesis? What specific details does he include in his introduction? What is his first, in the body, what's his first main point or his subclaim? What kind of evidence does he bring in? What's his second main subclaim? What kind of evidence does he use to back up that? And then how does he conclude, okay? And this will help us wrap our minds around the expected structure of a regular academic argumentative essay, okay? And we'll return to this a little bit later on, but just do that for now, okay? And that's going to be due Tuesday. And then we have quite a longer activity that I have actually pushed back since it's 4th of July weekend, even though I am hoping everyone is staying home, staying safe, social distancing, and wearing a mask, okay? I've pushed this back, even though it was due, I think it was due Thursday. I now have it due, what is the 5th? I push it back until Sunday, okay? Because I want you to be able to take time to do this. What I'm asking you to do, this is a positions worksheet, and I want you to gather the sources that you are going to use for your synthesis section, okay? And if you go back, you'll see that we're required to gather together 6 sources, but at least 3 sources have to be used in the synthesis section where we develop and present to our audience an overview or an example of the debate happening concerning our issue. And I want you to just take those 3 sources and fill this in. What's the source? And with this up here, I want the name of the author, the name of the title, where it's published, okay? What is the main argument that that author is making? And then here just list bullet points of the key points and evidence that that author uses. If you run into problems, I mean, you can download this sheet, fill it out, and then resubmit it. It's a Word document, so the columns might move a little bit. If they move and shift a little bit, that's fine, as long as you get the information on there that you need. If you feel like you would rather just do this on a separate piece of paper, or even write it out by hand and then take a picture of it and upload it, that's fine. I just want to see your information in a format that is very similar to this. Okay, and what this does is, once you have all of your sources for the synthesis, and I include, the fourth one here just in case you want to bring in a fourth. Once we do this and get it all down, then you're able to see these key points side by side. And then you can better, even take arrows and think, okay, well, here's where these two sources or authors, they agree on this point, yet they disagree in this way. Here's one way where these two authors, their points kind of look at the same problem from a different angle and use different evidence, even though they come up with the same, conclusion. You can just see, once they're side by side, you can better see how to bring them into conversation with one another. Okay, that's the purpose of this. And they can go on for a couple pages. I don't care. Just, I want you to take the time that this deserves to really make it work for you. So I'm giving you time. You're going to be busy with, IFS, doing research and working in that class. So I want you to take the time to really fill this out. Okay. If I'm giving you all this time, I don't want you to throw something together that's obviously thrown together the night before and throw it in there, because the more time you spend here, the easier it's going to be when you write this. And our rough draft is going to be due a week from Saturday. Okay, it's coming up quick. Okay, so do that. Let me know if you have any questions on that. I'm offering 2 student examples here of synthesis. One is just a short synthesis essay. Another one is a synthesis section within a larger essay. Look at both of those and see how the authors fit these sources, the secondary authors, together in conversation. What kind of moves do they make? What kind of phrases do they use to fit them in? How do they spotlight the authors, not just their ideas? The authors are the stars of a synthesis, okay? They are the concrete things, people that you can move around and bring together and compare. So they have to be present continually, not just in citation, but in the actual sentences. Okay, now I've got a muddy boards, here. If you have any questions, ask them here. I do want to go into week 7 just a little bit. There's the overview. Because I just wanted to give you a little heads up. I am going to be asking for an outline, just like we did with Malcolm Gladwell's. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing with your plans. Okay, what is the tentative synthesis that you're going to have? What are the subclaims or the main points that you're going to focus on? For instance, if I'm going to argue, or if I'm going to talk about, dogs make the better pets, then some of my subclaims are going to be, they're loyal, and I'm going to bring in some evidence. They are, I don't know what, I'm drawing a blank. You get the picture, okay? So I want to know what kind of subclaims you have and what kind of evidence you have found, okay? So keep that in mind. That's not until week 7, but I wanted to give you an update or a heads up. Have a good week, okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.